guess
I'd
so. Maybe.
like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity podcast for Coffee Connection. And so if you're new to Coffee Connection, we get together, they're local, and then there's a weekly on Thursdays, every Thursdays at 6:30 a.m. in the morning, so 6:30 Eastern time. And you just go to www.ravingfan, ravingfan.net. So ravingfan.net. And we're going to go over a couple of things today. One is the secret about time. And so, what's your biggest challenge? Like in any area of your business or life, what would you say your biggest challenge is? A third of business owners will say it's time. Something directly connected into time. I don't have enough time, pressures of time, it's time. And so if you're thinking, my biggest challenge is time, you're in good company. It's not really a time issue, though. It's how we think. It's how we think about time. It's how we think about everything. And so it's how we think about things. Now, if you look at it and you write down my biggest challenge, so what's your biggest challenge? Write that down, and then write down if anybody could help you in any area of your life, what would you love help on? And write that down. And it's like 99%. I'd say, it's probably 100% of the people that go ahead, and if you had more time, would that help you solve your biggest challenge? Or would it help you to get what you would love help on? And probably 100%, maybe 99% of people would say, oh yeah, if I had more time, it would help me to go ahead and, solve my biggest challenge. And so, so what's the solution to that? So I own, 9 companies. And I have an extra 20 or 30 hours of free time, 20 to 30 plus 3 hours of free time every week. So I have an abundance of free time. My wife and 7 kids and 10 grandkids, they say I have too much time. So if you're a business owner and you'd like to be in that place where you have so much free time, you don't even know what to do. It literally, there's days that I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do today. Literally, like it's weird. Then you want to be part of Coffee Connection, because I've been part of Coffee Connection for probably over 20 years now. It's been a long time, and it's crazy. And I'm not a real big, I'm not, it's not like networking groups. Like you come and I give you a fish and you give me a fish and we both walk away. It's not like that. Not that you don't get business. You get a lot of business, but it's far more than that. And so just 30 minutes a week, if you join the virtual one, I would encourage you to join the virtual one. So it's more like it's a mastermind group, or mastermind and networking. If that's what you want to do is networking, it'll do that, but it's mastermind. And so I'm going to share ideas with you and you're going to share ideas with me, and together we can accomplish so much more than we ever could on our own. And so today there's, just 2 people here. There might be others that are joining us. I don't know. We'll see on that. But, and so Kenny, owns a construction company, Dreamscape Creations. And so I asked him, and so he's on Action Vision. So Action Vision helps people to discover their life vision. Like, what were you put on this planet? What were you created to become? What's your life vision? What do you want to, why were you put on this planet? And then your business is a part of that life vision. So Kenny's it's crazy on how he and his partner Luke, they're just amazing. The data, the analytics that they've put together, how much they know. And so they're on Action Vision coaching that helps them, where they have a 12-month plan, and then it helps them. So individuals that go on Action Vision, so that's one of the companies I own is Action Vision. in Coffee Connection, you're not really joining Coffee Connection to sell anybody on anything. So I'm not here to sell Action Vision. It's to help people to understand, like, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be on Action Vision. And so Kenny does building. And so he's not here. He doesn't participate in Coffee Connection to sell, construction. He's not here to do that. That all often happen. You see is how he runs his business, his heart towards his business, his heart towards his customers, his you see that, and you're probably going to want to say, listen, I didn't really have any building projects, but now I do. So now I do. Because I just going to do something just to work with them. I'm serious. Like I do that. Like I find, like, okay, I just want them to build something like that. I don't know. It's just weird. But anyways, so we're talking with Kenny today about, well, first let's close the loop real quick on the, the time. There's no cost. This is through Life Masteries Institute, so it's a nonprofit organization. We encourage people that if it benefits you, then give something to them. Like, they have staff, resources, computer programmers, designers. They have a lot of financial needs. So you benefit from them, you give something to them. But there's no cost to go through the 30-day challenge on The Secret About Time. And so when going through this, there's 10 videos, and you go through them 3 times. So there's phase 1, you go through it, and then you go through it again the second time and get 2 other people to join you, and you go through it a third time and you go through it each of those 2 to get 2 people. And so this thing it's crazy. I mean, it's absolutely crazy how powerful the 30-day challenge is. Now, I just want to give you a heads up. You're probably not going to make it through. Why? Because our problems as business owners are not time problems. It's how we think. And we're not thinking in a way that's giving us more time. So the essence, I'll let you go through it and watch the videos, but the essence is, so I discovered this 22 years ago. And I'll tell you right now, it's easy to go ahead and get an extra 20 to 30 hours of free time. That's not hard, actually. That's easy. What's hard is to keep it. That's just brutally hard. So I've had 20 to 30 hours of free time. So I discovered it when, 7 kids, and 4 teenagers. So the oldest 4 were teenagers, and a phenomenal story. So I'll let you just, because it's already told in here in the first video, I think, day 1, I believe. Oh, and you get a certificate. And, so Elena, she's my granddaughter. She's 3 years old. So she went through the 30-day challenge. So I'll just tell you, your biggest challenge in going through the 30-day challenge is you lack discipline. I'm just saying, you lack discipline and you lack integrity. I'm just going to tell you, if you don't get through the 30-day challenge in 30 days, it's because you lack discipline, consistency, and integrity. See, what happens is in the business owner's mind, we think we're really busy and important, and we make excuses like, I can't do this. But it's not that you can't. You have 1,440 minutes every day. So it only takes, the average video is 6 minutes long. Some are longer, some are less. But it's about 6 minutes a day. And then you manage up and out. And so you go ahead and communicate with other people. So you get, you're part of a group that goes through it together. And so you still have 1,430 minutes. You still have 1,430 minutes in every day. So we have plenty of time. We have 10,080 minutes in a week. Memorize those 2 numbers, 1,440 in a day and 10,080 minutes in a week. We have a bunch of time. This is why Coffee Connection, the 30 minutes, if you can't be consistent for 30 minutes, you have more problems than you think. And the problems, start up here with us. We see problems with our employees, but we don't see the problems with us. We hate when our employees come up with excuses, but we come up with excuses too. And so Coffee Connection is not like any other group of people you've ever participated in. Like it's just not. And so, you know, always come early and always stay late because that's where the real magic happens. So we might go ahead and go and do a podcast, the second one for Kenny. We'll see if he wants to do that. And what he's struggling with now is, does he want to be just a regional builder, or does he want to be a national or international builder? And I'm not surprised by his response. And this is why you come early. This is why you stay late. So he's raised Amish, um, and so I asked him on before the podcast. I said, "So Kenny, do you want to be a regional or national builder?" And he says, "It's weird because I was just thinking about that the other day." I said, "Okay," and he's like, he says, I don't know that we want to be a national builder. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Bigger is not better. Just, it's not. So there's nothing wrong with that. I said, why? And he says, like, I think we're gonna probably not. I think we might lose the experience. And I get what he's saying. So the way they service their customers, it's insane. And so as you grow larger, it's harder to maintain that experience. That experience is a brand. So it's our brand. And a cool guy I know, he's a new friend of mine. And we're talking about friendship. And I have 4 levels of friendship. That'll be another podcast for you. But this friend of mine, he connected friendship in with integrity. So Kenny's on a subconscious or semi-conscious basis, he's concerned that he's going to go ahead and lose the experience. So hopefully this was helpful for you. Whoever passed this along to you, you can participate. Like some of my companies that I own are local based, but most of them are international companies. Like I can do business anywhere in the world. And so the first thing I would do is I would commit to participate in Coffee Connection for 30 minutes a week. Like that, not a goal, it's a commitment. You might say, well, what if I'm in California and it's 3:30 in the morning? Well, then that'll show you how committed you are, right? And so, but you can go ahead, you can go ahead and listen to the podcast, listen to the rebroadcast of it, and then you can communicate with other people. So you don't have to participate in the live. You can say, hey, here are questions that I have, and we can address those questions, with you. So hopefully this has been helpful to you as a simple, quick introduction. You got a resource on The Secret About Time, so that'll be really good. If you have any questions on anything we covered today, connect with the individual who invited you to participate in today's session, or you can call toll free 888-230-2300, outside the US 630-393-9909. And always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.